I went from a bunch of journals that I never used to a bunch of journals that I actively use. So let's go through my journal ecosystem and hopefully help you if you're in the same boat. First of all, I have Hobonichis. I have been a Hobonichi stan since 2018. I have bought in a journal every single year since 2018. I have never finished a journal in the 6-7 years that it's been. So number one, this is the one that I have from 2024 that I started maybe like a day in, didn't get through it. So now what I use it for is I do pen pals, and I write out like the pen pals that I have, what I'm gonna write them, what gifts I'm gonna give them, what pictures I'm gonna draw them, plan it out here. And then I also like will map out, because I do word searches for them all right here. I will also plan how those word searches are gonna look on a page too. So this is now just my pen pal planning journal, and that's what I use it for. Now in 2025, I thought to myself, maybe I didn't finish the Hobonichis because they're too big and I just need a small one, right? So I got the A6 and I actively journaled in it every single day in January. Got to February, promptly stopped. Completely forgot about it, and honestly it was overwhelming because I wanted to make it cute and stickery and aesthetic, and that was just causing me not to get to it. One day I had a really bad day at work and I came home and I just like did a full-on crash out. Literally titled it Crash Out from SZA, and I wrote a note at the bottom that said, "Thank you, SZA. Lana's perfect crash out album." So now this is my crash out journal. And literally anytime that I feel like I want to like cut someone out or get really upset, I just write it in here and I feel much better. I do still keep a regular journal. This is what my Hobonichi was in last year, but it's just the general Hobonichi pages now. Now, instead of like trying to keep up with journaling on a daily basis, I just write in here when I feel like I need to write that's like not a crash out, but like just like talk about my day. That's what I do in this one, and that's much better. This is gonna last me so much longer because you see how many pages, things like 700 in here, and I don't feel the need to do it every day, but I also don't have like a timetable in the journal telling me to do it every day. Lovely. I did decide randomly that I was going to leave Hobonichi for 2026 and go with the Traveler's Journal. Obviously, I tried to make my own cover because they're like $80 for one. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to make sense to me, and that's what I did. The first one in here is my research essays and notes journal. I like to write for fun, like papers, and do research for fun. And so anytime I have an idea of like, that could be a paper or that could be something, I write it on a list in here, and then I also plan out my articles in here. Next, I have my health and wellness, which is the week's layout of this plan, like the Hobonichi weeks, but I didn't want to do the weeks because that was a lot of money. Basically in here, it's not, I haven't been as active in it, but I write out what I eat, and then on the side I either like draw what I eat, or if I'm working out that week, I'll put what I did. And then I've been doing weekly reports. I absolutely love weekly reports. They're so simple. All you have to do is like one line, and it's nice to look back and be like, this is what I did this week. Makes me feel good about myself. Next is my sketch journal, which I have not fully started in because I still am in another sketch journal that I started way before. I did test it out on here. This is lovely paper. If I could recommend one thing from Traveler's Company, get the sketchbook. It's so good. Then we have my media journal. This is my new addition this year. I love this concept. It's so good. So basically, in the beginning, I wrote out my like themes I'm going to write about. So there's movies, music, books, shows, podcasts, and I have the color coordinated so that whenever I'm ready to talk about something, I just match that topic to the colors. For example, Carmen by Olivia Dean is in green because music is green, and then I finished a book called While We Were Dating that was yellow, so I wrote it out in yellow. This is so good, and I love it because you can even like do random things. It doesn't have to be like the first like Carmen, for example. I wrote about Carmen because I had listened to this song thousands of times, and then one day it clicked to me what the song's actually about, and I wrote about that. Highly recommend. Media journals are so good. Next is the therapist. My therapist said journal. I'm not gonna talk about what's in here because obviously therapy, but I need to keep track of what she's telling me. The thing that I love the most is at the bottom, I put the do your best sticker rather than like decorating it, because obviously when you're in therapy, you're trying to do your best. But two, whenever I hear or like someone says do your best, I think about the intro to Open Arms by SZA with her grandma. That song's like therapy to me. I love that song, so that's on this one. Talked about my sketchbooks for pen pals, which this is my current sketchbook. I've had it for about a year now. I am not an artist. I'm not an artist. I like to do things for creativity. So anytime I see something, I'm like, oh, I think I want to try to draw that. Or like before I create something, like I'm gonna do art, I'll like map it out in here. But recently I started doing like my sketches for my pen pals. I have stamps that I've tried to make. Zentangles, pretty fun. Yeah, they're all in here. And before I like do something for my pen pals, I'll just sketch it out in here first. And then speaking of which, when I do ready for my pen pals, I have this journal that I actually do it in, and I draw them all in here. And then I will take them out, crop the edges, and send it out to my pen pals. I try to do something that's like based off of the person I'm sending to. Like the person that this is going to loves chilies, so I drew her a triple dipper because she's always talking about it. One of my friends is a DJ and I love that, so I did that, you know. And we talk about Waffle Wednesday, so these are all the kind of things that we say to each other. Love it, so much fun. That's pretty much the entire ecosystem. I would say about 5 years ago, if you would have told me that I had this many journals for that many different things, it would not have worked. I would have had everything in one. But I find that keeping things separate and like only reaching for it when I need it for that particular thing has helped so much for me, especially when I want to look back at something or like reference it. I know exactly where to go and I don't have to flip through pages trying to read it. If you have a ton of journals, if you're wanting to get into journaling, for whatever reason, this system has worked for me. There's hope. I highly encourage it.